sad day. I apologize for this awkward, terrible old man on phone stream. I'm probably muffling the mic with my hand the way I'm holding it. It's an impromptu stream. I wasn't even planning to. Jiggy passed away, and that's a monumental, huge, huge loss and blow. I Smoking is running their old streams in memorial and memoriam over on their channel. I would recommend that you go over there to pay your respects. We say hello to Genocide in the live chat. I wasn't going to stream. I heard this news and I said I'm going to stream something to mark. Hello to Jilly Beans. I'm going to do something to mark the moment in time. Jiggy is one of those people who is known to me, I say, as a person. Known to me. Out of context, CW Chanter. How you doing, baby? R.I.P. Jiggy. Known to me as a person. Not only did I interview him on my channel, which was spirited and great, I went on his impromptu live streams and had my, yucked it up and joked around. We've known each other. We had bullshit. We had arguments. Remember, there's that one stream where I'm talking. It was fucking Stephen Cambion Gate 2.573958 whatever. Shit. And fucking Jiggy calls me up on the fucking phone and starts yelling at me, and I start yelling at him. Holy shit. Those experiences don't happen every day because most people don't live their lives that real, right? We say hello to Jay Roach, R.I.P. Jiggy. To live life that fully, to get involved, to throw yourself into it. Boots on the ground, to be present at the conferences, to meet, to press the flesh, to become known, and to move into the areas and to make others uncomfortable. There were plenty of times I fought with Jiggy. Thought he was too, sometimes maybe too sure of his own opinions. And like we said, we fought, but we pieced it out, we made it up. And I can't believe didn't see this one coming. For all the talk about changes in communities, for all the talk about seasons and times in the sun and people coming in, people bowing out, I didn't see this change happening. I was speaking to someone earlier and reflecting on whether or not this community has ever experienced a loss this size. And I reflected that any community that comes together, if it lasts long enough, if it's real enough as a community, will eventually, given enough time, come to this moment in time where they experience this sort of loss, this sort of permanent loss, right? Hello to Sarath the Mage. This sort of loss that's not. CW Chanter took 3 weeks off from YouTube to figure shit out at the sanatorium, right? Or Joe from the Carolinas, I don't know, that dude just don't upload anymore. But rather, Jiggy passed away this morning. Jiggy is no longer with us. We say hello to Jed Petty. Sarah the Mage comments, very fucking sad. Absolutely very sad. Too young. Believe he might have been 50 something, 50, early 50s. Way too young. but a full life. A father, a grandfather, you know what I mean? A spouse, to the best of my understanding. So, and a good friend to many people, you know? And our condolences go out to those for whom this loss will mean so much more. You know? So for the family, the intimates, Jilly Bean says his birthday is the 25th of this month. I believe he would. So I didn't want to say any information, but obviously there's obviously been a lot of candor from him on Facebook regarding his biographical details. My understanding is that he's 51. There you go, Jonaside. There you go. Don't blame me. Jonaside's the one who told the old girl's age. 51. Far too young. Far too young. But a reminder that the day to day hypnotizes us. The day to day hypnotizes us that the day to day is all that there is. Sunrise, sunset. Tide goes in, tide goes out. Another day at the market. We say hello to UFO Gandalf. R.I.P. Jiggy. But then one of these events happens. Rogue status, yes, it's true. And it reminds us of that thing we always knew that it was true, but somehow, like I said, we became hypnotized by the repetition of the day to day. That's all there was, and that's all there is. No, there will be big changes. There will be big moves. There will be heavy days. E-Landscaper asks, who is Jiggy? Jiggy was the host of Paranormal Hood Live. I'm wearing their t-shirt. They run their show on formats as from basic cable to internet cable to YouTube and beyond. Tireless live streamers. Jiggy not only on Paranormal Hood, where he would co-host that show, doing a lot of the debunking and the community hygiene and taking these malarkey salesmen down a peg that's so necessary today. Really, and in many ways, a lot of the things that a lot of people, saw me do, these guys were doing, I think, before me. And Spud Wife, and we, great. And the archives are there, and the archives remain. The archives are there, and the archives remain. And reflecting on the loss, I was thinking about this too when I was thinking about trying to collect my thoughts and ideas together to say what I thought to try and remember what I thought would be important to remember in these moments to say to this memorial space. Um, the loss of the human archive of experience. When Jiggy talks and testifies to having went to all these conferences, he really did. There are photos. He spoke at some of these conferences. Um, Ever present. When he speaks of knowing these people, of having gone close to these people, of having, when he speaks of having gone close and been able to really speak and probe the persona of a guy like Billy Carson. Those journalistic endeavors, those boots on the ground journalistic endeavors, whether purely amateur hour or with nothing to recommend them other than integrity, right, and commitment of purpose, or whether you think that it really beyond that had more journalistic merit than that. Well, however you slice it, those experiences were true. The testimony that he was able to bring forth was true about being able to speak about a gal like Lauren Pritchard, to say, once upon a time, this person was relatively normal, and to show and say, there is oftentimes this kind of pipeline to downfall. And he knew these human stories, and he could tell these personal testimonies. And the archives are there, and that's something to be grateful for. But the storyteller is gone, and that's something to mourn for. We're grateful for what we have, our memories, both those preserved outside that can be shared with new generations and relived, as well as those real experiences. I know many people in this community. Jiggy, one of the great things about, I was thinking about this, is, I was thinking about this community. And we might be one of the last groups who are doing the old school internet thing, right? Where little distinction is made between content creator and content consumer and social media participant. That communities come together. People bounce back and forth between different channels. People are known to each other across different spaces. My battery's going to die, so I'm going to have to wrap this up. And that's okay, because not much needs to be said other than, I'm sorry I didn't get more experiences in. I'm sorry your presence isn't here. You're missed, and you're missed already. Huge presence. Dynamo, one of the greats. You will be a legend. You are a legend, and you will echo through time. As long as this community exists, how could you not be remembered? As a living monster among men, Jiggy. First amongst equals. Great man. Beautiful brother. Never forget that time you yelled and screamed on me at the phone. Mayor W. sharing memories. Chrissy saying so sad, R.I.P. Jiggy. Mayor W. R.I.P. Yes, indeed. R.I.P. Rogue status. I was out working late. Emergency call. Hoping I didn't miss the chat. You didn't miss the chat. Your presence is noted. And for those who are watching this after the fact, after we're live, your presence is noted too. Sorry for Cody Pendant here. Says sorry for your lost CW and community. Thank you for sharing that, Cody. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Before my phone dies. I love you. I love you. I love you. If nobody told you they loved you today, somebody just did. That's somebody's CW chanter, and I say I love you also personally to Jiggy. I love you. Present tense. I didn't love you past tense. I love you presently. The you that was you made an impression on me. It may not be the impression that you think of you. It may not really be honestly be able to be called you. But it was a thing in my mind that you helped make, a memory thing. I can ask myself, WWJD, what would Jiggy do? But I gotta stay clean and sober, so I'd have to ask myself then again, what's the second thing that Jiggy would do? I love you. I love you, Jiggy. Wherever you are. And if you're on there some other side, and let your presence be known to somebody else. Let them tell me about it via some sort of regular methodology like email. I love you. You're missed already. If there's another side, good luck on your journey. If there is no other side, then it's us that suffer for you not being here with us. For what it's worth, God bless you, God has blessed you. If no deities exist, then that just be sentiment. Then let the sentiment suffice. Better days.